Remember we had Arthur kind of bothered us around July 4th in a lot of big way? Remember all that flooding rain around New Bedford, some gusty winds of the Cape? That's all we've had for tropical activity. But we do have a little suspicious area about halfway between Africa and moving toward the Caribbean. Here's the east coast of the United States way over here. So what we're talking about is something that may develop during the course of the next few days, and we'll keep an eye on it. Not an imminent threat or anything like that. As far as we're concerned today, pleasant, yes, a little below average as well. So it'll go into the books as a slightly below average day. That's why we've got the high temperature in the blue color. Notice it's kind of an evenly distributed month with above average and below average days. We're a little bit above average, but it's very close to a normal July so far in terms of temperature. What we haven't had is extended heat. No real heat waves or anything like that. There are a few places like Auburn, for example, hasn't even hit 90 once this summer. So who knows what's going to happen, because I don't see real heat in the immediate future. 70 degrees temperature down Boston, but it is comfortable. The air is dry. Look at these temperatures. A lot of 50s are showing up where the clouds have kind of thinned out. Otherwise, we've got 70 in Boston, but 59 in Norwood. And you can see it's just nice and comfortable. The dew points are pretty low. That's good news. One little area of low pressure is trying to form here. May kind of skirt the Cape with some clouds, but I think the rain will stay offshore. The other area of moisture is far enough west in terms of the showers that shouldn't be a problem tomorrow. So you may see some decorative clouds mixing with the sun, but it looks like an okay day. Temperature similar to today, maybe a degree or two higher, right around 80 in most places, but there will be sea breezes in the afternoon. So here you can see Rockport, about 72 degrees. So cooler on Cape Ann, and also cooler on the waters of the South Shore and Cape Cod. Worcester County, close to 80, but in the elevations that are close to 1,000 feet, like the airport and above, it'll be a little bit cooler than that, mid to upper 70s, and also right around 80 south and west of Boston. Pleasant day on the Cape coming up tomorrow. So for beach and boating, tomorrow you've got an afternoon high tide. The water temperature is running between 65 and 70 degrees. The air temperature, as I mentioned, will be in the 70s tomorrow. That's kind of nice stuff. So we don't have to worry too much about that first wave of low pressure, and we still have enough high pressure in control. Here's the problem eventually. The timing is going to be tough. At some point this weekend, we may again find ourselves near the boundary of the cool air to the west and some warm air way to the east with a front in between. If that happens, that will cause some low pressure to form and move closer to us. So as best I can tell, you've got a decent day tomorrow. Now, Thursday and Friday both may not be perfect because it may be just a little bit more unstable. What does that mean? It means there could be a pop-up shower here or there, Thursday afternoon or Friday afternoon, most likely away from the shoreline, not along the coast. The more significant threat is Saturday and or Sunday. That would be the time, if we're going to see a storm come closer, that's when it would be. There's still some chance that it could stay farther out at sea and not bother us too much, but there's also a chance that it could kind of foul up a part of the weekend. So that's something we have to keep an eye on. Again, the timeline would be somewhere Saturday night into Sunday, if it does take place, and we'll just have to stay on top of it for you. Cindy will have her thoughts on all of this tomorrow morning.